I think the challenge with WiseTech is twofold, though. I mean, firstly, WiseTech's numbers look outstanding, and they have for a very long time. They have been able to grow at between 20 and 30% per annum now for over a decade with a high degree of stability, and done that with a not particularly exceptional, but a reasonable return on equity. The challenge has been in the last few years, two things have changed, or three things really have changed at WiseTech. The first is that in order to keep making more and more acquisitions, and particularly this new E2 Open acquisition, they've taken on an inordinate amount of debt. They've gone from 6% debt to equity to over 130% debt to equity in under 6 months. Now, that's a risky move. And perhaps one might say it's another symptom of the hubris that is taking over the management team at WiseTech, that they think they can dominate the world in everything. The second element is that clearly there's a cultural problem. They've lost a whole board once. I think it was Oscar Wilde who said about being an orphan, to lose one parent is a mistake. To lose one parent is a tragedy, to lose two smacks of carelessness. I sort of feel like when there's board turnover of that size, it stops being a tragedy and it's carelessness. Something is wrong. There are enough articles for people to speculate around what the cause of that wrong is, but something is wrong, right? And now they're talking about sacking a huge amount of staff, and those staff are not happy about that. Surprise, surprise. Who has ever been happy about being told you're going to be sacked? So there's clearly a cultural problem. And so that then brings you to the third question you always have to ask when you see a company with a potential hubris, material changes in strategy, and issues around culture, which is, why do you want to own something that's going to keep you up at night, constantly worrying what the next piece of bad news is going to be? I don't think there's any price that could get me to lie down in the bed with a dog that will give me fleas.